Hello. So like I said, I'm gonna make a video. So the reason is because you asked, do we have enough space for the family? It's gonna require for me to get up there. Okay. Okie dokie. So here I am on top of the roof now. Don't worry, I've been up here plenty of times, so I'm sure I'll be safe again this time. All right. The land looks really nice now because of the rainy season that we've had, and what you're looking at, we have a lot of land, just not always a lot of resources to do what we'd like to do and make it profitable. But just to give you an idea, so originally the entire piece, what you see now, oh, the sun is reflecting on my screen, I can't see that well. From all of that is a fence line running to this tree, which is a corner, and runs all along there. It has a little cutout in the fence, so to speak. It's like where the gate is, and then it runs all the way up to that tree. That tree is another corner, so that's corner 2, running all the way along that edge there up to there. That's corner 3, and we run all the way along this edge here. This is the fence line, and this is the 4th corner. In the back fence, we call the back, which basically facing north now, all along here. All right, and we're back to square one. What the church has done is that they have separated, or how do you call it, separated the land, and this portion of land, which is then right here by this fence right here, there's a fence that goes here, and then there's an imaginary line that runs there, and then all across there behind this tree there, and then to the back of that building, and then the back of the fence there. All of that which I showed you now is the kindergarten. We no longer have, or it's no longer our property, it's no longer part of us anymore. It has been given to the other chap who's basically running the kindergarten because he's a businessman and can therefore pay the teachers. But the rest of it is us. I must say we are blessed, very, very grateful that God has given us all of this. I mean, it's stunning. I must say, when we came here, all of these trees, they were very, very small. I think the biggest tree, which is that one there now, let me just point to the other finger so I can actually see what I'm pointing at, the sun's reflection. Anyway, it was a mango tree, which was, I'm trying to find one that was equivalent. Oh yeah, equivalent to this little guy here, was tiny. And everybody else was very, 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 very small. So, I mean, 6 years of growth can do this to a place, I assume. What we got when we came here the first time, it wasn't as green as it is now. There wasn't any grass growing here or anything like that. It was just barren ground. The way the kindergarten looks right now, it was, this whole place looked like that. So I allowed the wild grass to grow like this because we feel it's nice. We just have to keep it in check because of the snakes. But what we found, everything that you see now was already here, which was this water tank, the storage facility. That is the solar panel with a submersible borehole and a bore pump, that submersible water pump that goes down right there. That was here. All of these solar panels weren't. This was not here. That whole structure on top of the building there wasn't there. I made all of those, and I made a lot of like nice little changes. I was only supposed to use the petty cash just to do maintenance and things like that, but there was no power in this place. So what I did, every second month I bought a panel, and then later on the lady of the finances says, listen, you're overspending, but the pastor understood and it was allowed. And then later on they brought us 2 other panels, which is this one and that one, and this one I bought because of the work I did at the berry farm. We still need to fill up all the rest because it looks like a lot is actually not a lot of power that we're producing. So I'm feeling quite proud of myself with what I did here. The only power that there was those 2 little solar panels, which was on the ground here in front of the house on some tires, and it was pathetic. You couldn't even charge your phone through that thing, and then the batteries would go flat, and it was quite bad. So this is the land that we're on. It's stunning, and we're very grateful. All of those trees there is a mix of lemon and mango, lemon, mango, lemon, mango, all the way across there. But as you can see, because the house is here, you've got all of this vegetation in front, and that's where we had all the theft from the kids from the village, and they jump over the fence, break the fence, and go and just do their thing. Where we're going to be building, where I'm going to be building my mom and sister's house, is in the piece of land there. All right, later on you'll see. I'll just go show you what that looks like. But this is this place. So we've got a lot of space to do things, but this used to be the teacher that lived here before us. This was her place, and I just extended a place with the rock so that it's a bit more. My mom's going to be staying here while we build. My sister's going to be living in the little caravan there while we're building. This little structure there, that is the storeroom, and it's not a lot of space up. It really is. We've got a problem when it comes to storage. There was not, this workshop was not here. What here was literally this. It was just a little section of corrugated zinc, and the walls was like that shaded net. That was the walls. So little by little, where I could get money, and I bought those extra zincs here at the back, and these are salvaged from wherever I could find them. There was some shutter boards or plywood boards that was laying there from the previous people who were here, or the previous missionary that was here, and it was just laying, out in the elements. I thought, I'm going to take that in, and I decided to put that inside in the walls of my workshop and build my workshop with the rest of it. I bought more corrugated zinc to put outside here to try and create some kind of insulation. I built that little structure there so that my car has some shading. Unfortunately, she's standing. This little car I bought while doing the security job, and I was paying it off little by little by little by little. But bought it from one of the security guards because I saw the car standing at his place, and I bought it for an extremely cheap price, $6,000. I don't know what that's in US currency. $6,000. Okay, put it up there. And I just paid it off little by little by little, and I have it now, but the body is shot, it's rusted through, and the engine needs work as well. But I have faith. I'm going to fix it, and it's a sample of a pickup, but it's really nice. A little 1400, what we say here in Namibia, South Africa, we call them bakkies. It literally means the back loading bay. It is like a bowl, because in Afrikaans you call it a buck or a bakkie. It's literally a bowl. So, and that just became the nickname for these cars. Any car that has a loaded bay or a pickup cutter, we call them a bakkie. So we get a small bakkie or a big bakkie and bakkie. All right, let me show you the rest. All right, I just got to get off the roof. So what happened, I don't know how much I've actually told you, Lisa, because we don't always share all our stuff or tell everybody everything, and only a few people know everything about us, so I can't remember to who I said what. If I have told you before, I apologize, I'm sorry. But just so you have a good idea, we are Namibian. 1, 2, we lived in Windhoek, the capital city of Namibia. And while we were there, of course, when we were pregnant with little Clark, our youngest, we then discovered, as Ethan was growing up, we discovered there's something not quite right with the way he responds when we talk to him, and discovered that, okay, he's autistic. This inspired us to then make a kindergarten, or start a kindergarten, because we discovered that in the country there aren't any real inclusion schools. There are inclusion centers, and they are very, very expensive, and they're few and far in between. So we started the school, and that was based because my mom and we have a kindergarten. I've got some experience with schools, and we ran the school for as far as we could with a little bit of knowledge, trying to get a help in, but it was a difficult story. Then things got bad with a financial crash that happened, and we went into major debt. the church stepped in and said, look, we know you guys are struggling. We have this mission station up in the north of the country. Don't you want to come take that place over? The guy that's there now, he has resigned, and we know that you've got a certain skill set. Don't you want to take over the place? Like, I don't know. I'm very much a city boy. I don't know about living out here. So they brought us out here and they showed us the place, and we said, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. And we prayed about it and we got word about it. God gave me the word which said, prepare to receive. That's all God told me, prepare to receive. And I've spoken to few people, and they said, yeah, it could be financially, and others said, no, it could be people. I still feel I need to prepare because people are coming, not necessarily just my family, but I need to prepare to receive people. That's what I feel on my heart, what God's talking to me about. And then we also got word, it says, where you will put your foot, that land will be yours. And we got other scripture as well. So here we are. And the church then made a deal with us and says, for the next 3 years, you guys are going to be here looking after the place. You don't have to be fully fledged missionaries. That's not what we require of you. You just here and you look after, and whatever needs taken care of, you take care of it. If you feel the need to be with the people or help them out, that's up to you. That's fine. So we did. And I made a lot of friends in this place with the villagers and the elders. And then 3 years after that, they came to us and they said, sorry, but things weren't going well because of COVID. We are going to close down the mission station. You guys have to leave. And that's when I spoke to the pastor and said, look, this is no longer just a job or just someplace. This is our home. We like it here. We want to stay on. There's a lot more to unpack about the whole story, but that's just the gist of it. I'm now here, this piece of land. So it's so bushy, I can't even show you now. The house, you can see it way there between the trees. That's where I was videoing from. And this little Rusty is standing. This is the piece of land that we are going to be using to build my mom's and my sister's house. My mom is going to be more that side, my sister this side, and then the main gate is here. And I'm going to try and make a driveway, of course, to come all the way this way. And Carmen, my sister's house, is going to be here with her 2 boys, and my mom just next to her, because my mom doesn't want to be too far away from my sister. They've got a nice relationship going, and I'll make a little pathway between the 2 of them. And it's probably going to take us maybe 2 years or a year and a half, depending on funding and what we can do to raise funds to actually get this built. You asked about the school and how we're going to be raising funds. We haven't gotten the school sold, but we got someone that is going to be renting out the school with the possibility in a few years of buying the school. It was the best we could do because we've been trying to sell the school for the longest time. So with the rental money, which isn't a lot, it's $18,000, which the rent is. That money is going to be budgeted for, a portion of it is for building, another portion of that is for mom's needs and my sister's needs, and then we're going to try and put away the savings, which we're then going to be using to start all the other projects. And from the other projects, what they're going to be is, my sister is really good in permaculture. She really is. She's actually a creative person, qualified graphics designer and marketer. And with her skills of being a graphic designer and a marketer and all that, we're hoping to get our name out there. And because she's also really good in permaculture, the produce and the things that we're going to be growing, we're going to make money from that. Also with plastic recycling and the brick making, and then hopefully making beams and other products, we're going to be making business from that. Where we're going to get funding from that, we're waiting on a reply from the councillors here, the traditional councillors here, which have opened up a, I don't know what you call it, there was some kind of campaign that they're running to help people and say, look here, we are making funds available, and submit your projects and see for approval. And we're waiting for that approval, and we're hoping that it's going to be approved so that we can actually start the plastic recycling business. If that doesn't come through, we are not going to stop. We're going to go to the private sector, business of the business, until we get some proper funding to start off the plastic recycling business. The other project then is from my sister's side, and you're going to see how they tie in together. Is where we'll call it a voluntourism program, where we contact people from all over the world and showcase to them what this place is and the needs of the people. Invite professionals, hopefully professionals, but anybody, as a matter of fact, to come and service the people here, or be of service, not be of service to the people here. So we're looking at teachers, builders, engineers, farmers, doctors, nurses, anybody like that, to come and be of service to the people here, and then we take them around. And in this program, of course, as a volunteerism program goes, we also give them a tour. And there's a few of the villages here that has worked at other companies before, so they've got some skills which they've learned there, and under our leadership or mentorship or guidance or whatever you want to call it, we want to start this volunteerism program. It's actually really, really good. I'm not doing this thing justice to explain to you what it is, but you can ask me more, and then I'll go into detail about that. Mom, my mother, she doesn't just want to be idle, but she wants to now spend more time, of course, with the grandkids, because she hardly knows Kayla and Clark and Ethan. Hardly knows them at all, because we've been away so long. But she wants to spend time with them. But she also wants to put up a small, let's say, afternoon care. So the village kids, when they come from their schools and they maybe need help with their homework and things like that, will be available. And of course, then mom will also be helping with our kids homeschooling. It's my three and my sister's two there. And then of course, just do gardening. With the bee boxes, where we're trying to make bee boxes, you can see behind me, we started, Kayla and I, and there's some of the wood, and we're still trying to figure out the nitty-gritty of how to make just the right bee box and the dimensions. What I'm trying to work out is trying to work out a really effective method of making the bee boxes so it goes quick. I don't want to be spending a whole day to make one box. I would rather say, no, it's fine if I can make 3 boxes. That'll be fine. Then it makes then that's better, because there's a nice demand here, where the blueberry farm, they need bees, and there's guys now into the beekeeping. I might also get into beekeeping, but right now I'm just focusing on the boxes. And they, like, for example, one guy says, look, I need about 25 boxes. The other chap would say, I need about 50 boxes. So it's good. And then there's another farm a few kilometers more to the east, more to the west. Yeah. They also will be needing bees and bee boxes, as well as to the east there is another farm there. So there's a market. This is good. If we can get this going, I'll be I'll be very happy, and then I can actually say, right, we're on our feet again. So that's the plans that we've got for now, as far as making an income. But it's really frustrating to get it off the ground and to get it going. I don't have all the tools I need. I actually had to go and borrow from a friend, one of the farmers actually, a router, so that I can actually do the job. This is my broken router. I'm gonna get it fixed. I just discovered that I need parts for it, and then once I get it fixed, then I'll have my own router, which is very cool. I'm looking for that. I'm busy building my own table saw, so that I can take my circular saw over there and then just build it in, so that it becomes a table saw. But then I want to build in such a way that if the need arises where I can actually remove it and use it, I can do that. I hope I'm not rambling. I hope I'm giving you some answers to your questions. So yes, there's space for mom and sister. We have a plan. I know I didn't do it justice to explain all, but we have a plan which we think could work on generating an income here. The problem is there's no market in the village to support the projects. And my sister has a car, but it's only a little Renault Logan. It's a sedan. It's not a 4x4. But she's been here before a few years ago with a visit, so I can see, okay, as long as she doesn't go into muddy, sandy places. We're not going to get stuck. And if there's some transport, we can at least get it into Rundu itself, into the town, and maybe from there go wherever. I've developed a nice relationship with the farmers around here, and they could end up being a support system for us, where they can then take our produce and maybe take it further, stuff like that. Okay, I hope that helps. I will make more of these little videos to show you more of our place. It looks really nice now because of the rain. It's all green. I mean, it's really nice. Everything is green. I know that the video doesn't show all the greenery, but it's looking really good now because all the greenery. And it's nice to see that these trees, when we came here, that were little guys, is now so nice and big. It just means I'm going to have to do a lot more pruning now, because now I had to learn so much. I mean, we literally came from the city not knowing what we're doing out here, and I had to learn everything from YouTube. Yeah, it's a nice fat long video. Now I'll make some more, and I'm gonna have to get into this and just show what we're doing. Thank you again, Lisa. You're awesome. God bless. Bye.